Last night was absolutely unacceptable. There's only so much, a certain level that one can tolerate, and I'm frustrated, and I'm going to tell you exactly what needs to happen next.
Perfect.
What is up, everybody? RB here. Welcome into Philly Take with RB. You know the drill by now. Hit the like button if you enjoy these videos. Subscribe to the show. Ring the bell. Don't miss any of the content. And go check out our website, man. PhillyTakeWithRB.com. Go cop yourself some merch. Support the show. We got the snapbacks in, the hats, the tees, the hoodies. We have everything out there. So go support the brand with some cool merchandise. Look, man, I had to exit the stream last night early as I was going over to cover the Eagles. Shout out to my guy, Sean Bernard, for holding it down. Chat was still flowing. But look, we know what the Sixers are. They're cardiac. They're cardiac. They're going to take it down to the last couple possessions, battling, right? No Zach LaVine, but the Bulls are fighting. They're, game of runs. They're going back and forth with the Sixers. Joel Embiid willing his way yet again. 12th straight game with 30-plus points. How about 11 in a row with 30 and 10, extending the franchise records? He was absolutely impeccable yet again, but nobody stepped up in his defense to help Maxey put on a flow in the fourth quarter, was helping him getting going. He finished with 29, but there was one culprit. There is one man, and to me, last night was the final straw. Because as much as I enjoy these players and as much as I enjoy this team and covering, etc., there's one thing I don't like when it comes to sports in general. Anything in life in general, and that is not giving effort. That is not going out there and trying your hardest and leaving it on the floor. And I have a lot to say, but before we do that, give me your thoughts down below. What should the Sixers do with Tobias Harris? Keep it honest. Should they keep him? Will he get traded? Should he go in a different role? What do you think should happen? Give me your thoughts down below. And before we get into the rest of it, man, I got to tell you about our cool sponsor of today's show. Shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Southern New Hampshire University. You know, funny enough, years ago, I enrolled in college trying to figure out how to obtain a degree in sports. But as a first-generation college student, I had little to no experience, really no guidance at all. And an SNHU would have been a perfect opportunity for someone like me. And maybe it can benefit you, as their online sports management program lets you turn a passion for sports into a degree. You'll learn about the business and economics of sports, sports management principles, and how to gather and analyze data. This degree can help you prepare for many careers like an athletic director, sports information director, marketing manager, and other exciting roles in the sports industry. You'll even be able to tap into SNHU's network of grads, help establish those connections with individuals working in sports-related organizations, and you'll be able to take advantage of an internship or experiential learning course within the field as well. SNHU has one of the largest accredited nonprofit online degree offerings in the country. They are radically affordable, and their online tuition rates are some of the lowest in the nation. So do yourself a favor, go down to the description, click the link, go to snhu.edu/PhillyTake to see what the current average annual salary is for any of their programs, and request free info about the program. A real person will even schedule to hop on a call with you and discuss how the program can benefit you personally. Once again, check it out, snhu.edu/PhillyTake. All right, man, let's jump into it. So here's last night's box score, right? You can look at the final score. You can look at all these players. Like I said, Joel Embiid, 40 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, right on par with what he's been doing. Another monster game from Joel Embiid. Sixers were trying to win 7 in a row after beating down some bad teams. Right, Maxey finishes with 29, etc. Didn't have a really good start to the game. Bench didn't really do that much. Shout out to B-Ball Paul with 8 and 4 off the bench, our guy. But the main culprit, Tobias Harris. All right, and I'm going to zoom in his stat line a little bit. Shout out to my guy, Jacob Moreno, here on Twitter, okay? Tobias Harris last night, 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. There is one stat in that, which I just read, which is the most frustrating for me. Can you guess what it is? It is the 3-shot attempts. In no way, shape, or form should a man on a max contract ever shoot the ball 3 times in a game, let alone on this team. Do you want it, Tobias? Do you want to be that guy? And look, I promise, I'm not just trying to single out Tobias, but every single year he reverts back into this role. And I really like Tobias. I do, as a person, as a guy. But look, the Sixers have not won a title in my lifetime. I want to see this team win so bad. And I just don't know how I can look past it, right? I was on defensive Tobias to begin the season, the way he was playing, making quick decisions, right? And sure, you can say maybe he's in his own head, but this has been the repetition every single year. This has been the pattern. He has stretches where he's up, stretches where he's down, and I am perfectly okay. I can live with it if Tobias goes 1 for 12 from the field, or he goes 3 for 10, and he's not shooting well, right? He's not really having a good year from deep, and he's not just, really performing well right now. Fine, right? If you're going out there and trying, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'll see it through. But what I will not accept is 3 shot attempts in a single game. That's unacceptable. If Tobias Harris has 8 points in this game, the Sixers win. And I know that's just one thing you single out, right? That's just one thing you single out. But let's look at Tobias Harris's 3 shot attempts in this game. Here's number 1. It came right at the beginning of the game. 11:30 in the first quarter. Tobias Harris backing down a defender. He turns, he shoots, he misses. Okay. When's the next shot come? Oh, a minute later in the first quarter. Spot up 3, and he knocks it down. And when was his last shot attempt? With 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. And again, I know things can sway games. It's not like you're playing the best team or anything. The Bulls were down Levine. They're not a good team to begin with, right? The Sixers started off really hot in this game. Then the Bulls came back, took the tide over. Alex Caruso, we've talked about him as a potential trade target. He was out there balling last night, taking it away from Maxey, going the distance. Then he had the chase down block on the other end, right? The Bulls had a couple nice players last night, but overall, it's not like they were the better team. And if Joel Embiid, it felt like a game from 2021. If he just had a little more help, the Sixers win this game. Sure, maybe Maxey will be hotter early in the game going forward. He probably will, right? Maxey will probably go, for 10, 12 points in the first quarter or two. And, you're getting to more of a rhythm, right? A lot else could have happened. Batum had a bad game. Rocco had a pretty bad game, right? Only 2 points off the bench. Batum had 3. I mean, most of these guys didn't play well, but they're not on max contracts, right? And here was the play down the end of the game that everybody is talking about. And yes, I agree, and I've said it every single show so far. The officials have been bad this year. Here's the play. Here's the foul. Here was the play on Tobias Harris. Sixers are down 1 with 20 seconds to go. You're on your home floor. Tobias is called for a foul. He's losing his mind. He can't believe it. Let's go back and look at that again. Okay. So you're one-on-one. They're singling out somebody here, right? They're singling out Tobias. So you're getting targeted with the game on the line. And DeMar's going to pull up and look at how fast Tobias bites. And look how high he jumps. Look how high he jumps. You can't put yourself in that position. No, I don't think you really touched him. I don't think you really fouled him. You can't put yourself in a position where the officials will make that call. That's 101. You cannot jump there, especially like that. And he fouls him, and then they end up playing the free throw game, and the Bulls win it. Okay? One game in December doesn't mean crap. It's not going to impact their season. I'm not going to look down the line and say, oh, remember that game against the Bulls? But what it signals to me is that the Sixers need to shake it up with Tobias Harris. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to look into trades towards the deadline. Now, if the team is winning, I don't think they'll make a major shakeup, even though they probably should. And this is the last year of Tobias, and that expiring contract could be very helpful to some of these younger teams right now. But whether they're winning or losing, even if that means playing Tobias less minutes per game, even if that means staggering him a lot more with the bench, right? If you can't go out there and get a better complementary piece to fit this team, however it happens, even if that doesn't happen, you need to shake things up. In my eyes, Tobias Harris cannot play that much more with Joel and Tyrese on the floor. He can't. And Sean said this to me last night, and I think it was very clever. He said, what is Tobias's one defining skill? He doesn't have one. And I've always said this, if Tobias was an excellent rebounder, if he was almost like the Aaron Gordon to the Jokic, where he would come in and he would pull in 12 rebounds, then yeah, I wouldn't worry as much about the offensive production. But when I look at last night, in a game where Joel just needed a little bit more help and he had 5 rebounds and 3 shot attempts. That just can't happen. That cannot happen. He completely disappeared. He played 32 minutes, and we've seen this cycle over and over again. I think Tobias is a great veteran, a great leader, a great locker room guy, but at the end of the day, that itself will not win championships, all right? Like I've said this before, you just need a better fit. You need a 3-and-D sniper who's going to go out there and grab 10 rebounds a game. I like some of these 3-and-D guys who can just fit in and know how to play their role. But when it comes to Tobias Harris, he needs the rock in his hands because he's not good enough to be a spot-up shooter, as the percentages show, especially this year. And he doesn't, bring excellent, superb defense to the table. He's not a lockdown defender, and he doesn't go out there and harp on rebounds. So it's just frustrating to see. And when he kind of just turns into a shell of even his former self, and he just sits back and doesn't even go out there and try to attack with the rock, to me, that's just unacceptable. And last night, a game where you can beat down on this bad team and take advantages, especially when you're about to go up against the #1 team in the league, right? This could have really helped. You could have racked up another win. You could have went out there, made a statement to start the week, and kept the win streak going. And it's not only on Tobias, but I'm frustrated. I'm tired of seeing it. And I think a change needs to happen. Question is, will Nick Nurse do it? So we will see how all of it plays out. But those are my quick thoughts on a quick rant. Give me yours down below in the comments section. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. That being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.